Welcome to Workers and Resources Soviet Republic. In the last part, the focus was very much on building up Portsmouth here so that we could get a strong population which will drive the construction in this area. We got a lot of industry to put in here. Also, we were working on building our port. We've completed the ship dock and the passenger harbour, and the cargo harbour is approaching really quickly, and this is what I want to focus on initially, and then probably the rest of the video we're going to be doing a lot of planning. But before that, a big thank you for all your comments and feedback. As usual, you guys have given me a lot to think about, and I could do a whole hour video just on your comments and feedback, but what I want to do is just touch on the main points. Now, somebody did post a comment saying that I do really need to start asphalting in and finishing off Gosport, because at the moment we've got a few roads that still need a bit of work, and I'm kind of inclined at the moment just to, I think what we'll do is we're put in, oops, don't want railways, just going to put in a little bit of road asphalting in there. I think we could probably get in a little bit there as well. Hopefully that will be picked up by the, I think we can assign the Gosport road construction crew to that. Actually, we'll put the road crew on it as well, and the reds should be picked up by the road one over. I've just put in over here, should be picked up by the road crew eventually, but we're just giving them a little bit of a shove. Now, I did get quite a lot of comments about this area, and again, you guys have made me rethink what my strategy in this area is going to be. And I get a suggestion that I need a gas station down here, which is quite correct. Also, someone was saying that I needed gravel and concrete down in this area. I'm not quite so sure I want gravel and concrete in this area, but what I do want is gravel and concrete. I'd like to have it over here, but I think what we may have to do is build it in this corner here. Now, the difference between building it here and building it up here is that if I build it down here, it will only have a lifespan similar to the gravel deposit here, because eventually, once all this industry is built up, we won't need concrete and asphalt here. But up here, it's going to be a lot more important, because we can use it to build up Portsmouth. We've also got something to build on this island. Also, we've got a brand new town that's going to need to come in over here, which is going to be our oil refining capacity. So I'm just going to speed the game up just to build a bit of cash up while I'm talking. And of course, what we're going to do is put up a road and possibly a rail link up across here. And up here, we got a nice big flat area, or it will be flat by the time I've finished terraforming it. And if I show you here, we draw this quite big, you'll see that there's no real resources in this area. Oh, we got fire. Where's the fire? Just want to make sure. It's okay. It's in a. We should be in a place where we can. The fire crews should be able to deal with it. So what we're going to have here is probably a big agricultural university town, which possibly will have an airport in it as well, because what it's going to do is build out here. We've got a little bit of coal up in this corner here, and of course what it will do is drive the bridges over here to get to this port. And the reason I want to try out universities in this area is it comes from a thread where someone actually took the time to just explain what halls of residence actually mean. And the way halls of residences actually work is that you put people into them who then get an advanced education, and then from there they're able to move across the map to other towns and locations. So the idea is you have a centre of excellence for education, which can then support other towns and cities around the map over time. So this is really a mid to late game mechanic. It's not something you're going to do early in the game. But as was pointed out, the downside of that is the fact that what can happen is when you're building up new towns, especially since the seasons update, you can drop people into towns that aren't really ready just because you built a whole a residential block, but there's no heating and no food, so the people don't stay. So that's a potential danger of the mechanic. Well, that's something we will be exploring. Now, if I come over here, you'll see that another comment was raised about possibly whether this town here would have enough workers to supply the aluminium industry, and that's probably correct. But what I've done is I've extended this out a little bit more. So I'm hoping what will happen is that we will be able to probably reverse build the aluminium industry and see how well this population goes. I mean, this is very much a long-term project. I would also like to push a road and a rail link out right through to up to here, so that we got a link connection through to there. But again, that's all going to be something that's going to be a little bit in the future. And the other thing I'm also working on here at the moment is a let me just assign this to Gospel Construction. I'm building a small fire station here, partly to provide fire cover for what we're going to be building here. Plus, I've realised this is very exposed in the winter because, you know, a fire truck getting up here to this area. So I think if we can get a little fire station operating up here, that will make quite a big difference as well. Now, if I come back down to here, somebody suggested that I need a gas station down here, and they're quite correct. In fact, I probably need a gas station over here as well, so that we got better coverage. But one of the problems I do have with fuel is that filling up this is actually disrupted my fuel supply system. If I show you some of my gas stations, they're all a little bit low, and it's not helped by the situation over here. We've got a massive queue of people here, trucks. We've got a massive queue of trucks here, and that's something else I want to fix in this part permanently by actually building a dock area here. So what I would like to do is put a road through here. Just going to put a road through. If we take it off like that, and then kind of curve it behind the cables there and take you to there. I mean, eventually we'll be taking a road off from there. In fact, I think when that's built, we can take this road right through. But we're going to have to deal with crossing the railway tracks here. And then what we're going to do is just drop in a gas station in about there. Get that built. And I think we're now at a point, as I say, there's lots of other suggestions you've made. And what I'm doing down here is I'm literally diverting all my output from up here, my bricks, boards, and what we call it here. Actually, these guys might be picking up a little bit too much. Yeah, you've picked up a little bit too much here. So where's the... Why? I think we're going to push that up to about 10%. Because you're literally stripping out all my prefabs and shipping them down here. In fact, I probably need to do that to the brick supply as well. I think I've got a little bit energetic here. It's brick exports here. I'm just going to put that there as well. And maybe we need to do it with boards as well. I think it's Gospel. Is this the one that's going to large customs now? I think this one, let me just check this. It's this one here. This should have the you pick it. No, that's not that one. This one's just picking up the bricks. I really do need to sort all these out actually a bit. Who's picking up the boards? I think we can drop that probably down to 30%. Yeah, so the boards are okay. It's just there was the bricks and the prefabs that were drawing out this area here. Because what I'm doing is picking up these resources and sending them to this area. And then the idea is everything that comes down to here will be exported by ship, and I do need to sort these ships out now. So, and we got the money, but we're soon going to spend this money. I'm just going to slow the pace down a little bit while I do this. I think we'll start with the passenger ship because this is probably the easiest one to explain. And you can see it's going to cost us 221,000 for a ship. I'd like a bit of speed because we're going to have to bring the tourists in quite quickly. I'm still a bit nervous about the distance, so I think we'll buy the Meteor. A very top tip if you are setting up a shipping route that goes outside of the edge of the map to a foreign country, always first send it to the first port, because if you see here, this doesn't have much fuel. And one thing that can happen is if a ship runs out of fuel out across the edge of the map, it doesn't seem to be able to find its way back again. This is something you do need to take into consideration. And what I'm going to do is I'm actually going to send this to NATO for two reasons. One, I want to build up my dollars, and two, we've got a lot to do in this video. So what I'm banking on is if my dollar income starts to rise, then I know this is actually working. That's the theory anyway. So what we're going to do here is we're going to come here. You're going to unload tourists. And you're going to load tourists like that. So just double check to make sure this is okay. Yep. So we're going to pick up tourists beyond the border, then bring them to here. Just going to go and just speed up again. Actually, one thing I haven't done is put a bus route in, so we're going to knock up a quick bus here. We could buy a bus for 26,000. I mean, it's 105 kilometers an hour, 75 kilometers an hour. A West German bus, 65 passengers. I mean, I've got no idea how many. I think for the fun of it, we will buy a. We've spent a lot of our dollars, but I'm gambling on that dollars will come in. And what I'm just going to do is come up to here. And I think we'll start with one bus. And you're just going to load the... And then you're just going to unload the tourists here. And we're just going to get that little bus running backwards and forwards. And hopefully this is going to work. Just going to turn the map off here. Now comes the fun part, because we've got to build a buy a cargo ship here. And let's see what we got in the way of cargo ships. Oops, we can't. We certainly can't buy one from there. Cargo ships. And we've only got 752,000, and it's going to be very important. I need a couple of 100,000 left to buy the steel. Got the river cargo, and that's 170 tons, but it's 5 knots. And what's this one? This is going to cost me 545,000. It's going to take most of my money, but I think we're going to go for it. Game was just going to come here. Of course, we're going to set that there, and this time we're going to export to. Now comes the fun bit. This ship has a capacity. Let me just do the Soviet border first. Actually, no, let's do this here. What I want to do is we're going to pick up prefabs, bricks, and boards, and we're going to unload steel here. And I'm going to set this to wait until unloaded. Reason which I'll explain in a minute. And on the border there, we're going to pick up that. Now, there's no way I can pick up 1,120 tons of steel. What is the current price of steel at the moment? Economy and trade prices. So steel at the moment is $892 a ton. 100 tons is going to cost me 8,900. Wow. And I think so. What we're going to do is we're going to set this down right down to 9% will do. Because I don't want to go bankrupt just buying my first load of steel. And of course, what we're going to do out here is we're going to sell the boards, the bricks, and prefabs. And so we're going to bring in roughly about 100 tons of steel. Right, deep breath. I hope this is going to work. Otherwise, it's going to be a very expensive mistake. And what is the steel capacity here? 81 tons, yes. I think that would be good. Now, what I'm actually doing is I'm setting the capacity of the storage here to less than what we're actually going to import. Now, the reason I'm doing that is that I want this ship to wait. I don't want it running backwards and forwards, bringing in lots and lots of steel. So what I want it to do is wait so that it can build up the bricks and the prefabs. I just want to see... This will load. I'm just double checking. I'm sorry I'm a bit obsessive about this, but I am getting a little bit worried. So we're just going to let this flow. In fact, we'll just let it run at full speed. I need to build my money back up again. And we're just going to let this come in and see. What it should do is start loading all this stuff in. You can see we can we can take all these prefabs and everything in one go. So, and of course, it's going to load with fuel first. Yeah, look at that. See, great. So we're just going to let that run. I've got no idea where my hydrofoil went. So we're just going to let that run. I'm just going to slow the game down a little bit now, because what I need to do now is work a little bit on this area here. We've still got a dirty great big pile of trucks here. And what I want to do is make a change to here. And what I want to do is set that to there. And you're going to pick up, what's it in here? Boards and bricks. And we're going to take the boards and bricks out of the customs in. Like that. And what I want to do is literally sell everything that's in here. Now, the next thing I need to do is make sure that I've broken all the other transport links here. So, where are you coming from? Customs main distribution. So for a little while, these are going to be fully loaded, but you're going to have the alcohol. And the idea is that eventually this will disappear as all my trucks move the stuff down to here. And so what we're going to have is an almost permanent flow of goods here. Oh, here it comes. Let me see, have you got any tourists on board? Yes, you have. We got our first tourist. So we're just going to keep an eye. So that's looking good. We've got ourselves another vehicle depot over here, which is good. Somebody did post a comment saying I've got too many trucks in here. And I'm going to be completely honest, I've got a sneaking suspicion that their game is going to have some like global event that's going to say bad winter, so the snow's going to arrive early or something like that. So I really do like to have these overloaded, just simply for that. Let me just see how, yeah, well, we spent a vast amount of money going there. And of course, because we're going to be using a major ship here to... Oh, is he still loading? Is that because he's got all this here? Wow. Well, we're okay because we're still importing steel at the moment from the border. And I think I've still got a little bit of steel. Yeah, so at the moment I'm still importing the steel from up here. So I'm quite happy with that. I think we should have steel trucks here. I haven't changed that, have I? Let me just check. And let me just see. I think it's haven't distributed. Yeah, you're still pulling in. I think we've probably got enough here to be going on with. So let's just start doing some planning. And I've got a lot of planning to do. What have we got here? Is that a side? No, okay, let's just sign that. And one comment somebody did says I need to get heating into here. And what I'm considering is to put the heating plant. I mean the current heating plant kind of spreads out that way. It's got a range, so it kind of comes out to about there. So what I'm liking the idea of is to put a full-sized heat exchanger. I mean, I could put it there, I suppose, but I'd like to not have complete overlap. So maybe if we bring the heat exchanger out to about there, and then I'm going to run large pipes. Kind of tempted to go underground again. Let me see. Yeah, I think I'd like to go underground so that I can build over the top of this. So we're going to come here. Heating transfer. No, I don't want that. That's horrible. I've never really found a use for those. If we can build that, say, about there, kind of a little bit in that section there, maybe a little bit further on. I mean, it'd be nice if this was that's actually a switch, I think. Maybe if we just sneak that in just there. We just kind of click that over a little bit like that. And I think if we put that pipe in there, and whoops, I'm gonna put we have a lot of hills here. This hill causing problem. And just want to do is connect you to there, and then I'm going to run along this road, but I'm going to keep the pipes high so that should we need to build anything in there, the pipes won't obstruct. Okay, we're going to have to come into about here. Oops. Again, I want to keep the pipes high at this stage, but I'm going to drop it down here because we've got to get under that conveyor belt now. This could be fun. Oh, okay, we're through. We'll hook you to there. This will all be connected. Of course, I didn't press control, so I'm just going to get rid of the gravel there. Put a little gravel road in there. So that should give us heating on this side, because I don't think at the moment this heating isn't fully overloaded. So we got the capacity. Oh, God. Okay, that's me getting distracted. For us over 21s, we got a lot of over 21s in here, so let's just start pulling them into our nice town here, spread them around a bit, just kind of knock it down a little bit. And I think we can, of course we've got this area here, got this up here because the pit they won't travel, so we're gonna have to, I really wish that the devs would do something about that mechanic. In fact, we'll just go a little bit over the top. Yeah, I really wish the devs would do something about this mechanic. So when you would have thought that someone who was an over 21 in this block would have like a range of say 1,000 meters to find the nearest accommodation. Right, we're just starting to move into winter. This ship's still loading. Come on, guys. Let me just see. Harbour small. You shouldn't need to wait. Let me just drop that down a bit. What's going to happen is it's just going to sit here forever waiting for the ships to load up. Let's just have a quick look at the economy. So we're getting a small amount of dollars coming in, so that we are getting people coming in here. Is this being built? Haven't supply crew, construction crew up there? Yes. So we got this area here. We put the heating in. And we got potential for gravel here. Now, one thing I have been thinking about here is how to solve the oil supply problem, because this refinery isn't really keeping up with the process, because we still got this queue here. Why are these guys still large open store, cross-port custom medium distribution? Just trying to make sure that, I mean, you're coming into crops. I think we're just gonna have to try and charge this to burn through the money, because my gas stations are all shaky. Let's just get up here. So we now built a road up here. I mean, I'd rather spend a little bit of time up here than doing anything. We've only got one fire engine up here. That's a bit of a mistake, but we only need 12 firefighters. So there's one fire engine should be enough. Question is, where can we pick up workers from? I think, well, 12 workers is a microbus, isn't it? So we're gonna buy a 7 bus type. 778. I think you do. Truthfully, this doesn't need to be fully equipped. It's just got to have enough workers up here just to provide that little bit of extra safety. Oops, ha, better turn the workers on. Okay, just gonna watch that. It's just to give me a little bit more sense of comfort here. Now, somebody did post a comment about maybe building a town without a crossroads. Maybe that's something we can do here. Is actually, and I think what they were getting at is that if you imagine if you built an orbital road round and then had like a pedestrian area in the center, I mean, it could be quite a good mechanic to explore. I think here though we're going to have to stick with the usual crossroads like that. No, don't do that. I think we'll just come out like that. What we'll probably have to do is level this back a little bit. Now, what I would really want up here is a proper fire station. And I also would like a construction office and a gas station. So we're going to start with that. And let me see. Which is, I think I'd rather prefer to have a big construction here. Sorry. Then we're going to have quite a big construction office here. Maybe not 30, but a 20 will do. But it'd be great to be able to get it. Actually, it'd be nice to have it here. But it's not gonna, is it? So I think what we'll try and do is wedge it into this corner here. So I want it as close as possible there, because this is going to be the construction office that is going to build that new town up on the plateau there. So we're going to get this in here. And of course we're going to need a gas station. But otherwise everyone's going to be running all the way back to the coal mine. In fact, we could probably put the gas station there to keep the number. Can't build due to infrastructure. What infrastructures? Okay, we can kind of tilt it a little bit like that. And then the other thing I want in here is a full-blown fire station. I'd like to have the fire station, I mean ideally it'd be there, but I think we can put it just here. Just get the fire station in as well. Of course we're going to have to build all these little bits of road here. We have to sell this. And the Gosport construction crew. And of course these are little short lengths of road, so Alice construction, Gosport road crew. I can't remember whether Hallis has got a bus, because it's going to take a long time. I actually need workers up here. It's going to take a little while to haul the workers up here. Yeah, we got. So our foreign tourists are coming in quite nicely. I'm just not. Oh, here comes the ship with our first load of steel. So that accounts for why my money's dropped. I want to check imports. Yeah, 107,000. I just want to double check that this actually is going to work. Okay, well, and while that's happening, we're just going to clear out these messages, I think. Because, of course, one thing I do know from experience is get ships wrong, you spend a lot of money. Let's clear out this here. What we're going to do is just keep an eye on you. I know this isn't particularly that exciting. Got lots of bricks here. Where's my prefabs going? Have I got problems with prefabs? And boards. Am I not bringing boards down here? I need to check that. What should happen is this should fill up. We've got and then this should stop, and then the ship should wait. So we've now got the ship waiting there. I just want to check the board situation. We're still getting loads of boards in here, which is a little bit of a cause for concern, because this is meant to be emptying. In fact, what he's done is he's emptied all my boards out. So who's shipping boards out? You don't do boards. Okay. You're picking up boards here. Gosport boards out. Portsmouth building supplies. Yeah. Prefab production. So you're the one who's supposed to be supplying to there. So it must be this one who's given the problems. Right. Your shop warehouse, large customs office. You shouldn't be shipping any prefabs at all now. So we don't need that. You shouldn't be. Actually, where is stuff being shipped to then? Possible custom open store. There it is there. We shouldn't be shipping to that one. Right. You're picking up Gosport boards out. You should be picking up everything. Actually, let's leave 10% in there at least. Actually, 20% in there. And you should be shipping to here. And you should be shipping boards to here. Okay. I think I need to sort these out. Gosport boards out. Yeah, you shouldn't be shipping boards to out. And you shouldn't be. So you shouldn't be picking these up. Portsmouth open store. Actually, I think you should be shipping them to here. Yeah, you should be shipping them to here. Then why are you not? What on earth is going on here? Boards out 20%. Okay, so you should be shipping them here, but for some reason I was leaking out. I mean, truthfully, this should only be going to 2 places. So why have I actually got 3 distribution offices here? Yeah, let me just run through these again. General supplies. Your boards out. You shouldn't be picking up from here. You shouldn't be on here at all now. Because you've got... I think we're going to remove you from there. We're going to reduce it to 2. So I can actually know what's going on. So now what we're going to do is just go through this again. You're picking up boards here. You should be going to Portsmouth Building Supplies, which is up here. So you can pick up everything and sending it to there. And then this one... Oops, no. This is the one down here. You should be picking up boards, Gosport out. That's the one to... That's Haven Construction out. Okay. Oh, I thought I'm so proud that I've labelled everything here myself. And actually, this is Portsmouth or I think I really need to rename this. Because this is going to be my export storage area. We're going to call you Portsmouth Ship Export Ship Store Open. I think if I do that, then I can actually understand what on earth is going on here. And we've still got boards here, so we're okay. You don't need to worry. Now we've got steel in here. What I need to do is start moving your groundworks. You don't need it. Construction. I think somebody actually posted a comment about how quickly this game can get away from you. I'm just going to slow up because it is getting away from me. I think we've got a little bit of steel here. Actually, what I do need to do is stop the import of steel from here. And right, we're going to stop this. Large customs, you don't need that anymore. And you don't need to unload steel here. Your job now is simply to pick up prefabs and to bring them there. That should simplify that. That should also get the steel trucks off of here. And what we're going to do now is send, actually you've still got, there's still steel in this area here for the moment, haven't we? We've got 31 tons of steel in there, so I think in the short term what I'm going to do is, well, you're a long way away, so what we'll do is we'll add you and we'll put you down to here as well, like that. Because what I can do, see, is that if we start to build up enough money to bring the ship back in again, in fact I think I can do it actually. What we're going to do is we're just going to let the ship empty. I mean, I know it's horrible micromanagement, but I don't think they've really got a lot of choice of this now. I'm just going to drop that back down to 7%. And let's just get building. We've got groundworks there. I'd like to get transport construction crew. Right, we've got Havant Supply and Portsmouth Groundworks here. Havant Construction here. Because I certainly would like to get this built before the winter really sets in well. I'll put the Havant Construction crew on this. Apologies that I'm not really doing the bits that I need to do. How's this going? We are getting there. Of course, we're short of prefabs. Who's picking up the prefabs? I really need to go through these and find out where they're picking up stuff from. Prefab production store. I think you're okay with that. What's happening at the moment is, okay, we've got a problem with the prefab pickup as well. Okay, let me just check this. Nice. Gosport Customs out. Where are you? Why are you picking up prefabs? You shouldn't be unloading prefabs. Why are you on this connection? Okay, so you've just got an empty entry there, so we can get you off of that as well. This is one of the problems. If you delete the connection, they still pick up stuff here. Portsmouth Building Supplies. I think what we'll do is we'll just put no, we don't need 10% in boards, but yeah, so something is actually slowing up my... Yeah, we've got no workers. Okay, we've got a workers issue. Probably because I know what it is, because I took all those blooming over 21s out from this area here. What we're going to do is pushing out. I really need to get... I mean, we're getting to a point now where we need more accommodation, actually. Okay, so we've now got... We need to get this set up. So then we got meat. This supplied as well. Okay, let me just think about this. Just going to pause, because things are starting to run away a little bit now. We've got a lot of workers here. So first things first. Havant Construction workers. I want you. This is where we need to start the process of getting some of these workers now onto Portsmouth, so they're no longer stealing people from Gosport. Anyone else got workers allocated? No. And I think I want to leave you. Actually, I think we'll move you to actually here as well. We'll just leave the road crew thing here. Just check the road crew. Oops, nope. Ha. What we're going to do is just we're going to leave the road crews. Yeah, you can pick up from Gosport as well. And you're going to move to here as well. I know it's going to take a lot of the workers, but they've got no other real jobs here. So if they're all queuing up here waiting for work, we might as well take advantage of that. And what that will mean is also that what we'll have is a lot more workers here to pick up other jobs. Oh, what we got here? Oh, this is nearly finished. One thing I did need to do was put in a power supply here, which I haven't finished. So we're going to need to put that on there as well. Like that. Okay. Right, next thing we need to do is panic. Panic very, very quietly. Let me just check my economy. We're making money now. We're making 92,000. One thing you've got to be aware of is when you're exporting and importing with ships, your income may fluctuate quite considerably, because like we've got a whole pile of bricks sat down here and stuff waiting to be exported, and you can see we're back here now. Didn't you buy steel? We got 92 tons of steel here, I think, so we're okay. And he's picking up lots and lots of there. We're just not exporting any boards or prefabs at the moment. We can get the workforce sorted out here now. Yeah, so I think now that I'm actually taking the constructions office off of Gosport, now everything should settle down a little bit now. And I think this is one of the important things you need to do when you expand, is when you get a town like Gosport, and once you start to pull the construction offices away from the town, you can stabilize the workforce so that they actually cover what is actually needed by the population. We could do with getting some more things that maybe later on, once we got a bit more money, like we could, look at that, 44, maybe we need another bus. Let's just see if he picks everybody up. I mean, he's got quite a big capacity. We'll just see. Oh, look at that. So he's got, yeah, wow. Okay. I think one bus would be okay. No, I shouldn't be saying that, but what I want here is who's supplying general supplies. So what we need to do now is add you to there. We need to start priming. We need to add the south warehouse here. We need to supply food and clothes to there. And so we can prime this so that when this lot is built, we can do things. So we've got no workers here, but there's no point putting workers into here just yet. And eventually we'll be able to move these lower construction offices onto this bus platform. Of course, we've got a bus platform out here as well, so as we expand. No power supply. Okay, thank you, game. What we're going to need to do, where's the meat distribution? Gosport meat suppliers. I think, what we need to do is put the meat store in there. And you're going to unload. I think we'll go for 50% to start with. How's the school here? We got a few students in the school. Actually got a kindergarten here. The kindergarten's doing well as well. We're going to need to sort out the power situation here. So we're going to... I thought I'd done it, but obviously I hadn't. I want to check. Yeah, because the moment the workforce is for here is coming from correctly. Oh, it's the bus platform here, sorry. At the moment we've got buses coming from there. I mean, we've got a lot of workers here, so I think what we will do is I think we can create a new line. And we're gonna come from here up to here. Course, can't spell. Mouth heating. We're just gonna save that. I think we're a reasonable sized bus for here. 85 passengers. I mean, truthfully, what I'm really piling up the dollars for is for the what we call it, the railway cars. Get 32 passengers there. I'm just going to assign you that. That will almost guarantee that we're always going to get heating into this area here. And oh, back to here. Has that actually been assigned? Yeah, haven't constructions working on it. They just don't have workers. Let me just check. Right. I think we got power connections there, haven't we? Yeah. So we could. Again, I'm a bit inclined to go underground here because I may want to build something here. So, I mean, we got the money for it, so we might as well use it. I'm just going to have to zoom out a little bit. Actually, that looks quite... Ah, what happened there? Oh, so I'm really looking forward to the update where we can actually put our favourites on the main toolbar. If we put this, say, about here, like that, and press Control, because yeah. I mean, it's quite interesting that that actually can reach that, but that one can't. Maybe we got power distribution from there. I think what I might do is just put it this side, but no, that won't go over that road. I think what we're going to go for is overlapping power here. So maybe I'll put that in a little bit tighter, because you can see that it's just out of range. I think if we put overlapping power here, actually let's just stretch it out. Maybe if I can angle it that way a little bit, say towards there. Press Control, and we can put this in with gravel, a little bit of gravel road there. And of course, what I'm gonna have to do now is run you down to there, and we'll allocate you to Gosport Construction. We can't build that just yet. Once we got the power into here, we can then put meat distribution to there. Hopefully we will start to get, yeah, we got clothes and food in here now. So, and we got the workforce coming in, so that's good. We've got meat as well. How big's the meat lock here? 4 tons. Which I think what we could probably do is come up to here, so we've got probably plenty of meat here. So if we put you up to meat suppliers, push you up to 90%. Yeah, so that's looking good. This is looking good. You've now got a lookout tower up here. And if I'm correct, is this built? This hasn't been built yet, so sorry. I wasn't paying attention. I was meant to allocate it. Oh well, we got enough power. We got power in there anyway now. Yeah. I think that's the consequence of playing as 2 different series with different play styles. I think what we'll do is, again, we're going to buy a relatively small bus here. Got to get into the habit of creating lines. We're just going to add you there, there, and I'm just going to accept the changes, and then we're going to rename this, and what we call this forest viewpoint probably be the good name for this. Is it viewpoint one word? Can't remember now. I will make it one word. And we're just going to get there. And we'll just come up here. And we'll just set that in there. Now, whoops. Messed that up, haven't I? Forest viewpoint. Now, this one's going to be interesting because what we actually need to do is take workers and tourists up here. But we don't really need... We don't need ordinary passengers and students. We're going to have to pick up from there, and then we're going to have to unload. You're going to load there, and you're going to unload there. So what we've actually got to do with this bus is take both the workers up to man the view tower and also the tourists. So hopefully that will work. But we'll see. And of course, while I've been doing all this, I haven't really been paying attention to my farms. So we've got crops flowing in here. We got this here. We've gotten, well, the queue's dying down. I mean, are these guys still picking up? What's an open store? Bricks and boards. Yeah, so I think they're slowly selling off the stuff here. And did I cancel the steel? So we're no longer importing steel. All we're doing is bringing the bricks and boards over to here for this construction office. I mean, we will be drawing some stuff from here, but of course the problem we're going to get here is the supplies are going to be a little bit erratic. In fact, we're not stores don't seem to be getting. Well, we're getting boards from here. We've got 82% now. Let me just take another look at this. Building supplies. Sports ship. Let me just see. I think we could probably drop that to 10% now. I'm wondering if this is a little bit overloaded. Because why are you shipping bricks? Because I'm sure we've got a separate brick shipment capability. Let me just check this. Because I think we've got overlapping responsibilities here. Bricks distribution for export. Yeah. So we got this one here. So you're shipping the bricks. So strictly speaking, you guys don't need to have anything to do with bricks anymore. Your job is just going to be moving the boards and prefabs. I think what I need to do is start consolidating some of these into so that it becomes a bit more efficient. I mean, the queues are getting shorter here, and why are you? Yeah, you're after fabric. Why am I importing crops? Oh, that's for the alcohol. Yeah. The reason I'm still importing crops here is because I want to ensure the food supply. But now we've got the second farm online. What I want to do is wait till we get to the end of winter and see how that actually works. Okay, just want to check the economy. I mean, we're doing okay. We're up to 52,000. My ship is coming in here. What we got being built here? Oh, we got no road here. I certainly need to build that in. Didn't realise I hadn't built that. What are you guys doing? Okay, you're still on groundworks, so what we need is haven't construction there. And we need Portsmouth South construction here. We really need to kind of catch up with what's going on at the moment. Actually, how much are we exporting with bricks? 17,000, 12,000. I think a lot of our income is actually coming from power at the moment. So we're going to need to work on that. And bitumen and cement. I think we can leave the bitumen and cement on that area there. We got a crew in here. Yeah, we got a couple of bit firefighters here. And they're not going to be particularly that good, but right, we got this built here, so I think we're going to supply you. I mean, these guys are working on the groundworks at the moment. Is the groundworks finished? I mean, the problem is going to be is the time it's taking to get this up here. You're working on the groundworks as well. I think what we're going to do is we're just going to put in the Gosport construction in here. As we go forward, I think we're going to use the Gosport construction to start to build this up here and get this built. And of course these are still, oh, these didn't get picked up. Annoying. Of course we're out of range. Yeah. Then again, it's not the end of the world. Oops. It's not the end of the world, because what I'm really wanting to focus on at the moment is getting this stuff built, because we can get the construction office up here. I'm aware that, yes, it's going to be a bit icky. In fact, I wouldn't mind a gravel yard up here. I mean, hauling all the goods up here is going to be quite difficult. In fact, I'm kind of a bit tempted to push this road out a little bit. And I mean, it's going to be a long haul for the delivery trucks. I think I'm going to... I don't want to crowd too many buildings along here because we're going to have to run the road out over this way. We need a forward supply center to try and get things going. I think we can probably use this side of the curve here. So let me just come in here. I'm going to just put a small distribution. Have the U-connector, you'll be okay. I'm not too worried about the components because we can afford to haul those up. Small aggregate store. I think we'll just build along this bit here because we're never going to build anything else along here. This could be a bit icky, that up there. And of course these guys can operate with gravel roads. Just drop you down because again these are kind of quasi permanent buildings. Just add you there and we'll get the Gosport construction crew on here. Not funds, don't keep doing that. Gosport crew here. I mean, you guys on auto detect? No. Yeah, we're just going to assign you there. Yeah, obviously these guys are not doing anything, so get them here, here, and here. I've just noticed I'm starting to go along on this video again, so this is where I'm going to leave it. Hope you enjoyed the episode. Hope you found it interesting. What I will do off camera is have a little bit of a planning session, I think, to try and bring some of these components together. But until next time, whatever you do, enjoy your gaming.